Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 35. Also, the ninth race in the chase and the final race of the contenders round in the chase for the championship. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Ford 400 at Homestead Miami Speedway. In just a moment. Sneeze. But with this race, we have something special with this race. All the Ford cars are running the sponsor Ford EcoBoost. Most of them are running the same style paint scheme, except for Marco Rose. He's got his own Ford EcoBoost car. But without further ado, let's take a look and see how the top 8 in the points look heading into this race, as this is the last race in the contenders round of the chase, where we're going to find out who is going to advance to the championship round with Zachary Fitzwater, as he's still up there. But the rest of the top 8 in the order is Chris Thomas, Jesse King, Jekko Knight, Jesse Setti, Trent Dunham, Chase Oliver, and Chris Singer. That is how the top 8 in the points look coming into this race. So 4 is going to be eliminated after this race. Now the top between 7th or 8th is separated by 55 points. But from the drivers who are 5th on back, those people are within between 22 to 32 points behind 4th. So it's really going to be all about who can get in the top 4 between 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd and 4th in order to get into the championship round. As you see the starting grid on the top of your screen, let's get this race going. 41 laps here at Homestead. Biggie Spencer's going to be on the pole. Then it's Kyle Singer in 2nd. The rest of the top 5 is Michael Norman, Dylan Young, Mitchell Riggs. Rest of the top 10, Charles Jackson, David Rivera, Jesse King, and then Seth Cole, Anthony McCurry. So that is how the top 10 lineup looks for this race. But here we go. The second to the next to last race of the season. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. And Biggie Spencer already gets off to a decent jump on that start. But we're going to see what's going to happen here with this race. Who will win? And if it is a top 8 driver in points, then they will be locked into the championship round of the chase for the championship. And PJ Williams got a little squirrely back there. But Biggie Spencer leads us on lap number 1 here at Homestead. And already I'm seeing many of the Ford EcoBoost cars starting to maybe pick their ways in. Dylan Young and David Rivera being a few, and I see Brandon Gonzalez, Marco Rose, 3 wide of EcoBoost cars. I saw Brandon Gonzalez, Marco Rose, and then the 3rd one in line was Austin Weiner. And whoa, they are 4 wide. This may not work. Be careful. Oh, whew. Close call. 4 wide back there with many cars. As it's really racy right now. But Biggie Spencer's just been pulling away with the lead. So Biggie Spencer already on a roll here at the start of the race. He's trying to go for his 2nd win of his career and of the season to kick off his final season to end his Walmart Cup Series season on a high note yet again. And the caution is out for the first time. As I see the yellow flags being waved. Let's see who was all involved in this. Oh, Gabe Williams was caught up in it, and Chris Thomas was involved. That's going to hurt his chances of making the championship rounds. Man, oh man, tough break for Chris Thomas. And Sonny Hammond wrecked in pit road. And that's Henrietta Fitzwater who was wrecked. And I think Chris Washer may have gotten involved as well. And he's going into pit road. So I think he was definitely involved in this accident. But meanwhile, Biggie Spencer has so far led every single lap so far in this race. We have just gotten started, but now we're crossing the stripe for 36 laps to go here at Homestead. But let's take a look at a replay of what brought the caution out for the first time tonight here at Homestead. Well, 5 wide will never work at a track like this. As you see, Gabe Williams comes up into Chris Washer, into Henrietta Fitzwater and Sonny Hammond. Oh, and there's where Chris Thomas got involved, but Sonny Hammond ended up riding the wall after a 5 wide attempt went completely wrong on the part of Gabe Williams up here. Let's take a look at this one more time. I mean, look at that. 5 wide at Homestead. No way it could really work. Gabe Williams trying to give room for Justin Nichols, but there was just no room for them to go 5 wide. And then up in the Washer, Fitzwater, and Hammond. And then up there you see Chris Thomas getting a piece of the 33, and he got hit in the spot of the car that usually makes the car's engine go off. I don't know if they can get it fixed or not. It depends, but if they can, they might be able to get his car back on track, but it's highly unlikely, as he would probably end up being a car that's going to be retired from the race, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Homestead. Well, after that first caution, 3 cars officially retired out of the race, and they were Sonny Hammond, Gabe Williams, and Chris Thomas. So it's going to be most likely that Chris Thomas is going to miss out on battling for the championship. But anyways, excuse me. Let's take a look and see how the field's going to be. Biggie Spencer is the leader, 2nd Kyle Singer, 3rd Mitchell Riggs, 4th Michael Norman, 5th is Dylan Young, 6th is Seth Cole, 7th Charles Jackson, 8th is Jesse King, 9th PJ Williams, 10th is Jessica Shelton. 11th is David Rivera, 12th Joshua Michaels, 13th Preston Plord, 14th Brandon Gonzalez, 15th Kendall Maynor, 16th is Austin Weiner, 17th Jecko Knight, 18th Marco Rose, 19th Anthony McCrory, 20th Danny Wells, 21st Zachary Fitzwater, 22nd James McLeod, 23rd is Cody Lamas, 24th is Chris Singer, 25th is Matt McIntyre, 26th is Justin Nichols, 27th Joshua Balkin, 28th Brandon Nichols, 29th Eric and Rage, 30th Kyle Matthews, 31st is going to be Ian Dutta, then Chase Oliver, Rue McIntyre, Trent Dunham, Jesse Say, Dorian Face Puncher, Charles Sanford, Chris Washer, Henrietta Fitzwater. Green flag is back out. Biggie Spencer leads us. And he got off to a great restart right there. There you see all the skid marks from the first caution that happened. Meanwhile, Kyle Singer is going to start trying to get to the back bumper of the 83 car to maybe get the lead. And both of these cars up here in first and second, Biggie Spencer and Kyle Singer, 2 very talented drivers, but just have had struggles this season. And the only high note really for Kyle Singer's been coming close to wins. Biggie Spencer has a win. And now here comes Kyle Singer underneath for the lead. Let's see if he can make it happen, because he is there. But Biggie Spencer's hanging strong up high. But I'm thinking Kyle Singer may have him. And now here comes Mitchell Riggs into the battle. Right now, both lines seem to be evenly matched pretty much. The high line and the low line. But Biggie Spencer's going to manage to hold on from the high line somehow, some way. Meanwhile, we're looking in the back, and yes, Henrietta Fitzwater is not up to speed. Chris Washer is up to speed just a little bit. Whoa, 4 wide. Now it settles to 3 wide, but near contact between Charles Sanford and Jesse Setti back there. Meanwhile, this battle for the lead continues between the 11 and the 83, still running side by side. And Mitchell Riggs actually fell to 5th as Michael Norman and Dylan Young go by him. Let's see if the low line will work this time for Kyle Singer. Meanwhile, it's going to be 3 wide for 2nd, and Mitchell Riggs nearly wrecked Dylan Young. Kyle Singer's going to go back in line behind the 83. Maybe save his energy for another run. Meanwhile, Dylan Young was thinking about going underneath Michael Norman for the position. Meanwhile, back up here, the battle continues. And the 11's got the edge this time. Will he lead this lap? I think he did by a bumper. So that's our first different leader in this race, and now it looks like Kyle Singer will clear Biggie Spencer, it looks like, and he does. So officially we have a new leader, Kyle Singer in the 11. And now here comes Michael Norman underneath of Biggie Spencer for 2nd. So now here comes Dylan Young underneath as well. Ever since we've gone back to green flag racing, we have been clean and green. As we continue to look around, Kyle Singer, he's actually starting to pull away from the 83 of Biggie Spencer. So right now, Kyle Singer doing a good job of holding off everybody. And the caution's out again. Oh, and we have a wreck. Whoa, Joshua Bulkin went barrel rolling. Matt McIntyre's in it. Oh, and another chaser. Chase Oliver is damaged. I think Chris Washer got involved. Dorian Facepuncher was damaged. Charles Sanford. Who is that smoking? Oh, that's Jesse Setti, another chaser. That's 3 of the top 8 drivers in points wrecked. It's going to come closer to where they finish, as it seems. And there is the 16 of Balkan who went barreling. Oh, Kyle Matthews was involved in this as well. And now pit stops. So this is pit stops going on for, I think, the only pit stop they're going to maybe make, unless they do have to come down one more time at the very end of the race. But Kyle Singer leads them in the pit road. I don't think anybody stayed out. I don't see anybody else out there. And indeed, everybody is in pit road, entering pit road, that is. But man, oh man, this looked like it was a big, big crash that took place, made probably off of turn number 4. So it's going to be interesting to see the replay once we have these pit stops conclude. But let's see what strategy they're going to go with. Looks like 2 tires for Dylan Young, Jessica Shelton, and David Rivera. So pit strategy going on. Oh yeah, I was going to say keep off each other, Mitchell and PJ. But the top 10 when we go back to racing, it's going to be Dylan Young, Jessica Shelton, David Rivera, Seth Cole, Biggie Spencer, Kyle Singer, Michael Norman, Chris Singer, Mitchell Riggs, and PJ Williams. Oh, don't back up into each other. Well, Biggie Spencer, what are you thinking? Now Spencer's going to, I don't know if they're going to let him back up there or not. They might. But let's go ahead and take a look at the replay of what brought the caution out for the second time tonight here at Homestead. Well, this accident's going to get started as Rue McIntyre's trying to make a move underneath Joshua Balkin. But Balkin doesn't give him much room, and he's going to turn Balkin, and then Balkin's going to try to get it saved, but then he comes back up the track and collects the 31 of Matt McIntyre. And then here you're going to see these cars get collected, and then right there, that little tap from Jesse Setti is going to send the 16 barrel rolling down the racing surface. He went barrel rolling, I would guess, probably about 4 or 5 times. Now let's see how these other drivers get collected in this. Let's go to the helicopter camera for this one. As there you see, there's 4 of the drivers involved right here. Chase Oliver gets Balkin, and then Kyle Matthews is going to get collected, and then Sanford, Face Puncher, Setti all get stacked up here and get damaged. So not what some of those guys needed, particularly the 21, the 88. So that is a tough break for those two. But nonetheless, that was a look at what happened with the caution. Let's go ahead and take you back to the restart here at Homestead. Well, after that last caution, we have more cars out of the race, and they include Chase Oliver, Jesse Setti, Dorian Face Puncher, and Joshua Balkin. But anyways, the field as we get going for 20 laps to go, halfway through, Dylan Young is going to be your leader. Second is going to be Biggie Spencer. I don't know why, but he is there. Then it's Jessica Sheldon third, David Rivera fourth, Kyle Singer fifth, sixth Seth Cole, seventh Michael Norman, eighth Chris Singer, ninth Mitchell Riggs, 10th is PJ Williams. 11th is Marco Rose, 12th is Kendall Maynard, 13th Joshua Michaels, 14th Preston Plord, 15th Jesse King, 16th Jecko Knight, 17th is Justin Nichols, 18th Brandon Nichols, 19th Austin Weiner, 20th is Brandon Gonzalez, 21st is Trent Dunham, 22nd is Charles Jackson, 23rd Anthony McCurry, 24th Eric Enrage, 25th Danny Wells, 26th James McLeod, 27th Ian Dutta, 28th is Zachary Fitzwater, 29th Cody Lamas, 30th is Rue McIntyre, 31st is Chris Washer, 32nd Henrietta Fitzwater, 33rd Matt McIntyre, then Kyle Matthews, and then Charles Sanford. Kyle Matthews in 34th, Charles Sanford 35th. Getting ready to go back to racing here with 20 to go at Homestead. Dylan Young is your leader. And Dylan Young would love to get another victory in his Arsenal and Walmart Cup Series, but he doesn't get off to that good of a jump on the restart. And wait a minute, are we under... Oh, I thought we were under caution again already. But Dylan Young has the lead, but now here comes David Rivera, fellow Ford, underneath. But Kyle Singer, he might make it 3 wide for the lead. So let's see what happens here. No, Rivera manages to hold him off. So David Rivera leads that lap as it's 3 wide for second, all the way back to 5th. Be careful, guys. Oh no, don't make it 4 wide. Oh, phew. Close call right there between Jessica Sheldon, Seth Cole, and all them. That could have ended really, really bad. Meanwhile, they're still racing pretty hard right now. But David Rivera is the leader right now. And David Rivera hasn't won a race this entire season. Last 2 seasons, he's won twice in each. So he's got 4 career wins to his credit. But he wants to hopefully win a race before the season concludes. And I see 4 wide back here. Jeez. They managed to settle it out to 3 wide. We got to keep an eye out back here on this. Oh man, don't tell me it's going to turn into 5 wide. Okay, thank you. See some grass kicked up. And smoke. Oh, James McLeod is in pit road. Must have been an accident with him, but no caution. But meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead between Kyle Singer and David Rivera right now. And whoa, who was that who nearly got turned? That was a close call. It was one of the Ford cars, but he managed to save it. David Rivera's still holding off the 11 car right now, but there's some smoke. And James McLeod is in pit road still. I'm thinking there was something that happened with him, like a solo car spin. Oh, and it was dead even to the line that time. Who led that lap? It was Rivera, but now Kyle Singer, he's there underneath. But Rivera's going to hold on strong up high. And we are still clean and green. Let's see what's going to happen here with this lead. Rivera is just hanging on to that high line. And he's managing to keep the lead somehow. But now here comes Jessica Sheldon, Biggie Spencer, and Seth Cole into the mix. It could turn into a 5-car battle for the lead, with Michael Norman closing in a little bit, and Dylan Young. As we are still clean and green, 3 wide for third. And I think Seth Cole is going to get the spot. And the caution's out again, and David Rivera is going to lead us back. Oh, Mitchell Riggs, Anthony McCreary, Matt McIntyre, Kendall Maynard, Henrietta Fitzwater, Charles Sanford get collected. Ian Dutta's got damage. Oh, don't tell me that's damage to Trent Dunham, and I hope that's glitched. I don't know, but he might have gotten involved. Sigh of relief for some of these cars to calm down and maybe think strategy, but also we can get a chance to see what happened with James McLeod. So without further ado, let's take a look at that accident. Let's take a look at what happened with the 51 to James McLeod, and then we'll take a look at what happened with the caution. Well, with James McLeod, it looks like he's going to get turned off the nose of Zachary Fitzwater. And then watch this hit he's going to take. Driver's side first into the inside wall. And that car immediately erupted in smoke. So that would explain why there was dust kick up and white smoke on the track. It was from this. But I guess because it was a 1-car incident and nobody else was around it, NASCAR decided to not throw the caution. But now let's take a look at what brought the caution out for the third time tonight here at Homestead. This is going to be a crazy thing to see. It starts here with turn 2. PJ Williams comes up in the Joshua Michaels, in the Mitchell Riggs, and then PJ gets involved. And then I think Kendall Maynard right there. And then Mitchell Riggs is going to go down and clip the inside wall and then come back up the racetrack. Nearly gets PJ Williams, and he goes up in the air. And then a hit from Kendall Maynard sends him flipping, and then Mitchell Riggs lands right on top of Matt McIntyre's machine. And then I think we may have had another accident take place up here. No. So the accident starts off of turn 2 and ends in between 3 and 4. But let's see if Trent Dunham actually did get a piece of it. Oh, I'm kind of scared that he might. Let's see. Trent Dunham was back here behind Danny Wells. Oh, he did get into the back of Kendall Maynard. And then he gets a tap from behind from, I believe, Ian Dutta. Indeed it was. So that would explain the rear end damage. And then, whoa, Henrietta Fitzwater. What in the world happened to her? She's going to try to drive through. Oh, she gets McCreary and then slides into Kendall Maynard. And then Charles Sanford is going to come through. And then barely gets Fitzwater. And then Sanford's car gets more damaged to the point where he might be retired. But we'll see. But let's go back to the restart here at Homestead. Well, after that last caution, more cars out of the race, and they include Ian Dutta, Kendall Maynard, Anthony McCreary, Mitchell Riggs, Matt McIntyre, Henrietta Fitzwater, Charles Sanford, and James McLeod. And when we go racing, it'll be 9 to go. David Rivera is your leader, second Kyle Singer, third is Seth Cole, fourth Biggie Spencer, fifth Jessica Sheldon. 6th, Michael Norman. 7th, Dylan Young. 8th, Chris Singer. 9th, Marco Rose. 10th, PJ Williams. 11th is Preston Ford. 12th is Joshua Michaels. 13th, Jesse King. 14th, Justin Nichols. 15th, Brandon Nichols. 16th is Brandon Gonzalez. 17th, Eric Enrage. 18th is Austin Weiner. 19th, Charles Jackson. 20th, Jecko Knight. 21st, Cody Lamas. 22nd, Danny Wells. 23rd, Zachary Fitzwater. 24th, Rue McIntyre. 25th, Chris Washer. 26th, Kyle Matthews. And 27th is Trent Dunham. So 27 cars left in the field. After everything that's happened, we might be able to maybe get a final green flag run in. We may not. We'll see what happens though. But David Rivera is going to lead us to 9 to go. Let's see if he can get off to a better jump this time. Oh, he gets the wall a little bit. But Kyle Singer's right there on his back bumper. Now Rivera might be able to maybe get going. We'll see. Because Kyle Singer's right there again. Are we going to see the side-by-side marathon between these two again? I think we are, because here comes the 11. And Seth Cole's trying to follow him. Let's see if the 11 can get cleared. And he isn't quite clear yet. But Kyle Singer does lead that lap. Oh, he's leaving the bottom open a little bit. But he does get clear of David. But now here comes Seth Cole underneath the 6. Let's see if he can maybe go underneath the 11 here. And Seth Cole hasn't won a race this whole season so far. But now Kyle Singer's starting to pull away, but Biggie Spencer's on his way there. And Jessica Sheldon, I think she nearly got turned, by Michael Norman. But now with the hard racing behind Kyle Singer, that's opening up room for Kyle Singer to pull ahead with the lead. He's enjoying what he likes back there with them racing really hard, and he doesn't have to worry about it. He's starting to pull ahead. But David Rivera will maintain second. Maybe he can run back down the 11 car. We'll see. As the margin is half a second. We'll see if the 6 can maybe get a run to the 11. We'll see. Meanwhile, as we're looking around, everybody run double to 3 wide back here. And whoa, PJ Williams, I think, nearly got into Marco Rose. David Rivera is starting to gain. He gained about 15 tenths. Not 15 tenths, but about almost 2 tenths. But Seth Cole is right there on his back bumper, but he's coming into the picture as well. And now Seth Cole going to go underneath David Rivera for second. And the caution's out again. Preston Plord, Justin Nichols is involved. Kyle Matthews might have gotten a piece of it. And the caution's out again. That could mean we could be going into a one-lap shootout potentially here if we go back racing, because that caution came out with 5 to go. This is going to get really interesting now. But real quick before we get to that, let's see what happened to bring the caution out for the 4th time and the final time here at Homestead. Oh, it's just another case of trying to make a move and it doesn't quite work. Justin Nichols is going to come up in the Preston Plord, and that's going to force him into the wall and nearly takes out, I couldn't tell who that was. I believe that was Brandon Nichols, to my knowledge. And yeah, Kyle Matthews did indeed get a piece of it by getting into the 23. See who that was that nearly gets clipped. Yeah, that was Brandon Nichols. Indeed it was. So Brandon Nichols just barely gets away with murder, practically almost. But that was a look at the caution. Let's go back to what could be our final restart here at Homestead. Well, We didn't get back going, and the race is complete. They managed to cross the start-finish line under caution. We thought we could have gotten a one-lap shootout, but that didn't happen. But Kyle Singer gets his first ever Walmart Cup Series win of his career, and he wins the Ford 400 at Homestead. So now let's take a look at the results. Kyle Singer wins this race, so congratulations to the 11 team. Great job after having a struggle of a season. And we got one more, so he might be able to have a chance to win 2 in a row. We'll see. David Rivera, solid second place finish. Great run for him. Seth Cole comes away with a great third place finish. Biggie Spencer, solid fourth place finish. And Jessica Sheldon rounds out the top 5. Great run for her. Then the rest of the top 10, Michael Norman, solid finish in 6th. Dylan Young, the pole sitter, great run of 7th. Chris Singer, who is most likely now potentially going to be in that championship race at FTF. You'll find out at the end of the video with the points to see who's officially in and who's officially out. PJ Williams, solid 9th. And Brandon Nichols rounds out the top 10, so great job for him. Rest of the top 20. Brandon Gonzalez, Eric Enrage, Jesse King, Zachary Fitzwater, Austin Weiner, Charles Jackson, Jecko Knight, Rue McIntyre, Cody Lamas, Danny Wells. And the rest of the cars that finished the race were Chris Washer, Trent Dunham, Joshua Michaels, Preston Blord, and Marco Rose. Everybody else was out of the race after all the cautions. And they were Kyle Matthews, Justin Nichols, Ian Dutta, Kendall Maynor, Anthony McCrory, Mitchell Riggs, Matt McIntyre, Henrietta Fitzwater, Charles Sanford, James McLeod, Chase Oliver, Jesse Setti, Dorian Face Puncher, Joshua Balkin, Sonny Hammond, Gabe Williams, and Chris Thomas. So that does it for our coverage of the Ford 400 at Homestead, and that ends the contenders round in the chase. Now we have one race left in the season and in the chase, the championship race, championship round at FTF. So that's going to be interesting to see who is going to walk away the Walmart Cup Series champion of Season 4. Who's in it other than Zachary Fitzwater? You'll find out in the point standings. Speaking of which, here are your results. Rookie points, chase points, regular points. Levi McIntyre signing off.